Now look at this. A couple of days ago, I actually made a video. It was episode 28, and we talked about Bitcoin reaching its all-time high. It's actually gone a little bit higher than this now. But what happened in this video was I mentioned that I think Bitcoin could potentially do a little bit of a retrace like this. And just moments after I posted this video, that's exactly what happened. One of the comments from NFGuy5098 said, "Hope you had your buy orders when it dipped shortly after you filmed this. Could be a choppy week." And it was literally after just a few minutes after I dropped this video. And the crazy thing is, like, I mean, look at the prices. You've got ETH at 3,600. You've got Bitcoin at 6,500. The most interesting thing was, look, we had this massive red candle, Bitcoin retracing like $10,000 all the way back into the high 50s again. Now, the crazy thing is that you literally had a very short period to basically buy anything. Now, I was very fortunate that because this happened just a few minutes after I uploaded that video, like literally within minutes, I was in front of my computer, and as you can imagine, I bought the dip. I literally bought this exact bottom right here, which was fantastic. And the portfolio has changed quite a little bit since that has happened. So yeah, really happy with that. And you can see since then, Bitcoin has retraced, and actually today went to in the 70s, $70,200. So Bitcoin absolutely killing it still. And ETH has also been the same. ETH has been on fire, literally hitting $4,000 today. And you can see, look, during this crash, ETH went all the way down to 3,200. Just incredible. And since then, putting in like a, let's see, how big is this move? 25% gain in just a couple of days. The market is on fire. You can tell when you just look at like the top 24-hour chart. Look, it's Floki, Pepe, Whiff, Bonk, Shibu. You've got Ribbon, of course, that just had the announcement of the new token. You got Doge up there as well. And look at the seven-day ROIs, man. They're triple digits. Like, it's just very euphoric right now. And so the question is, like, what does the portfolio look like today? And it has changed a decent amount. I'm very happy with this, but $43,309. Yeah, very happy with that. So what did we buy? We first of all bought some Say dropped to like in the 50s, I believe, 50 cents or 60 cents mark. I can't remember exactly what price. I believe it was in the 60s actually. And I was very lucky to be able to pick some more up there. So we picked up a few thousand more Say tokens, which is fantastic. We're already up like 40-50% on that. I did actually sell SNS. SNS actually didn't dip whatsoever. It actually went higher. SNS is an AI Solana coin, training AI essentially. And yeah, this carried on going up. So I actually took some profits from here and decided to buy some more AI coins. And you can see the two new additions, BitTensor, Tau, and Autonomous. We're actually down on the OLS by around 10%, pretty much break even on the BitTensor for now. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but I think AI is certainly here to stay. I think AI will be a major narrative throughout the entire cycle. Yes, it's hot right now, but I think it will continue to be so. I will do a video on why I think that is, perhaps even a video about some of the AI projects that I'm looking at, because I think right now, the quality of the AI projects on the liquid market aren't very good. A lot of it is vaporware. A lot of it is just rubbish. I think BitTensor is the real deal for sure. And so I think this certainly has lots and lots of potential. It is the #1 AI market cap coin as well. So yeah, I think I will do some more videos on that, and I'm sure you guys will want to see that as well. So now this is what the portfolio looks like. We also added a bit more shadow, which is a deep-in asset on Solana, decentralized storage. You could think of it a little bit like Arweave and a little bit like a Filecoin, of course slightly different, but this one is on Solana, and I believe it's pretty much the same price that we added some more at, maybe even down a little bit more. So I mean, overall, the portfolio does look a little bit different. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did also sell Link. I do think Link is still a fantastic asset, and I think Chainlink is a great piece of technology. They have so much going for them, but I think in terms of like a ROI perspective, I just wanted to take a little bit more risk, and I just didn't feel like I needed an oracle in my portfolio at the moment. Perhaps that could change. I mean, you could say Chainlink is a cross-chain communication layer as well. We'll talk about that later. So at the moment, look, the portfolio, I've got layer 1 exposure, I've got DeFi exposure, I've got AI exposure, I've got layer 2 exposure, I've got DePIN exposure, Solana exposure via these altcoins, NFT exposure, infrastructure exposure, Ethereum staking, and eigenlayer exposure. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yes, there are a few things that I am missing. I did actually write about some of the different categories of crypto that I'm potentially looking at to add. AI, of course, being one of them. DePIN, of course, being another. But we've got some pretty good exposure to that, as well as the layer 1, layer 2s. Ordinals are certainly on my watch list. And I know that Bitcoin puppets, node monkeys, and quantum cats are the leaders at the moment. I do want to see if there's anything perhaps a little bit under these in terms of budget to potentially add to the portfolio. And I think that would be really nice to see. Otherwise, I think I'm going to keep an eye out on Doge ordinals and Bitcoin ordinals in general, as well as Bitcoin layer 2s, just because I think that could be something that really heats up as the price of Bitcoin continues to go up. Otherwise, I think modularity is one sector that I don't really have too much exposure to, and I think that is something that I will look at in the coming weeks. I think it's been pretty quiet, actually. Things around Celestia and Dimension have really calmed down, and so potentially that could be a good opportunity. So yeah, modularity, and of course gaming, which I'll be honest, I'm not the most well versed in. Of course, I enjoy games as well, but in terms of investment thesis, I really like to go really in depth, and I haven't just done that yet with gaming. I mean, I'm very, very familiar with all of these other sectors. I know them all very well. But gaming, I'm like, of course, I know the tickers, but I don't know the exact research. I don't have the exact DD, you could say. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about there. So the portfolio is $43,000 now, which is really impressive, almost at the halfway mark for this series. So really happy about that. And yeah, I think like in terms of like the market, of course, it's very hot right now. You can see AI coins are still doing really well. Fetch is up, Arweave is up, Filecoin is up, Singularity is up. So yeah, AI coins and memes, like that is the narrative right now. I'm trying to think what the narrative is going to be once this does settle down, because this will settle down eventually. I don't know if it's going to be modularity. I don't know if it's going to be Bitcoin layer 2s or ordinals again. I don't know if it's going to be something new, perhaps something like DeFi. One of the common things that I'm seeing everyone talk about right now is how DeFi are basically mid curves. They're basically missing out on all of the gains right now. And it's absolutely true. DeFi coins have been serious underperformers. There are exceptions, and I'm kind of lucky, like Gearbox and Redacted have generally been quite well. But FXS has been one of my worst investments over the last 1 year. I think I'm probably down like 70% against ETH there. And, if your alts aren't even... Forget about your alts even being break even. If your alts aren't outperforming ETH, then why do you even bother holding them? I could have held ETH. I could have basically held this FXS position, which I've had for such a long time. Like a year ago, I could have swapped it out for ETH, and I would have had way more. I would have had maybe a few $1,000s more. So yeah, I think sometimes you do think like, is when sentiment gets this bad, especially around DeFi, is there going to be a trend reversal? Is there going to be a mean reversion? That is something that I'm thinking about right now. I have some pretty good exposure to DeFi in general, but I think let's see how the market goes. Right now, of course, AI, DePIN, memes, modularity, alternative layer 1, Solana, all of that stuff is hot. I think it will continue to be hot. But yeah, I think I'm interested to see whether or not DeFi continues to perform poorly, and whether or not that changes. So yeah, I think just a quick update to the portfolio. I'll try and do another one in the coming days. Like I said, I'm going to try and make these more frequent just because the market is hot. Like, so much stuff happens. There was the wormhole airdrop. I didn't even talk about that today. We'll talk about that next time. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back again.